Thank you. Good evening, all of you. Very warm welcome to this chapter's program today. I welcome our President Baswaraj ji sir, President-elect Dr. Vasant Kalatkar sir, Dr. Upender ji sir, past President, Secretary Dr. Yogesh Parekh sir, and Treasurer Dr. Atanu sir. And my chairperson of the chapter, Dr. Samir Shah, and Gaurav Gupta, our convener of this project, along with our treasurer of the chapter, Dr. Cecil. All the participants, welcome to this grand launch today. 3rd April 2024 will be written in the golden letters in the chapter of Indian Academy of Pediatrics and also in the Computer and Medical Informatics chapter. We, the office bearers, are very proud to launch yet another program this year, following the last year's launch of a smart clinical practice, which was a runaway hit, I would say, and it's ongoing now. And another today, a grand launch on the pilot project on this very exciting, very mysterious, very unknown field for the doctors, that is artificial intelligence, being formulated and collated by our chairperson, Dr. Samir Shah, along with the very erudite academic and enthusiastic faculty, Dr. Prakash Tiwari and Sri Tilak Nanavati. And with these 3 episodes this month, we are going to test the waters, how to go about in a very structured way for all the members across our Association of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. And I assure you, as an advisor for the next oncoming National Pedicon Conference to be held in Hyderabad, where about 10,000 pediatricians almost are expected to attend, this workshop, hands-on, will be fine-tuned and will be more taken the feedback from this launch of today, the feedback from the pilot projects, to come back on that day with a better hands-on workshop at the national conference. With these few words, I now start rolling the first program of on the artificial intelligence, and I request Dr. Samir Shah to introduce our faculty without wasting much time. And let me remind you that we have got pediatric drug formulary which was released in Cochin under the auspices of our president, Dr. Baswaraja sir, with editor-in-chief, Dr. Jason Unni. We also had a smart clinical practice digitalization of the practice with a new pediatric software for the pediatrician. And this is one of the flagship program today, which we are going to release. And I hand over the platform to our chairperson, Dr. Samir Shah, for the further proceedings, and Dr. Gaurav Gupta also to participate in. Thank you, sir.
So before I introduce our 2 eminent speakers, I requesting our convener, Dr. Gaurav Gupta, to give some word of thanks. So we can start officially the program, and we can continue the program as per our schedule.
Thank you, everyone. We have had a large set of introductions, so I would keep it very short. I really look forward to this wonderful program wherein we are going to be talking about generative AI, and we have a fantastic set of speakers who not only know us as doctors, but who also know AI as a technology. So I think it is a wonderful program initiative of the CMIC group, and I'm very, very sure that all of us are going to learn a lot of new things which can be used to help increase and improve our practice. Without any further ado, I would like to thank everyone and start the program. Dr. Samir Shah, back to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for a very short and crisp beginning. So this is who are our today's guru and how they are capable to teach us from the grassroots level of our AI knowledge. We all go through our pre-test, and we all know how we are capable to get up the knowledge during these total 3 sessions. Before we go for how we can proceed, it's my pleasure to introduce our lead faculty, Dr. Mr. Prakash Tiwari. He having over 2 decades of the experience in the software and research industry, holding the diverse role from the software engineer to the VP of the engineering. expertise in the application, integration, distributed system, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. He successfully built 4 enterprise products in the integration and conversations of related with AI. Holders of the multiple patent in integration, earned a master's from the IITM and conducted a research at the Swiss Institute of Technology. A keen interest of his is to enabling the AI education for the kids and non-technical professionals, of course, including the doctors. And he served a very important post of jury member of the Yuva AI, a government of the India program under Digital India. So, sir, we really welcome you on today's platform of the. We expect the excellent learning from you. I requesting the our secretary, Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, to give the introduction of our second speaker.
Welcome. Thank you, Dr. Samisha, and welcome, Dr. Prakash Tiwari ji, and today's lead faculty. And it is my pleasure to introduce the second faculty, Sri Tilak Nanavati ji. He is a seasoned principal software engineer of Ops Hub Incorporation. His proficiency encompasses software development, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data migration. Built an enterprise product called Insight that leverages AI and data technology. He served as a junior research fellow at ISRO, contributing to the design and simulation of PHY and MSE layer functionalities for future mobile communication systems. He holds a Master's of Technology in Information and Communication Technology from Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technologies between 2018 and 2020. With this introduction of our today's faculty and the pre-test which they have already made a questionnaire and we have released, I hand over the platform to the further proceedings of the program. Over to you, sir.
Right. So let's begin our journey of understanding the generative AI model for the healthcare practitioners. Before I hand over the mic to our eminent faculty, just give a ground rule of these 3 days online short course to everyone, so at least everybody can remain attentive during this all 3 days. Important thing, after each session, we are going to get one more exercise or to go for online by our eminent faculty that we have to complete during the next 1 week of the period. You can having all the queries and discussion. Definitely, we will keep a time slot at the end of our each session. But if still we want to continue our discussion, we can definitely continue on our WhatsApp group what we had created. Once you attempted and go for all the 3 sessions, we will get one post test to have to fill up along with the feedback form. And once you apply for that pre-test, post-test and the feedback form, you will immediately get your own certificate. But for getting the post-test and the feedback form and the certification, you all have to attend this 3 days workshop and you have to prepare, complete that exercise what will be given by our faculties. So with this note about the specific ground rule of our today's workshop and all next 3 sessions, I hand over the mic to our faculty, Mr. Prakash Tiwari and Mr. Tila.
Just 1 minute, Dr. Kiran here. I wanted to ask, do we have to take down any notes or will anything be provided to us as a recap of the session that we do?
That will be directly taken by our own faculty. They will give you all the other ground rules and details. You can having a still query. We can having an end of the session. We can discuss everything.
Yeah, Dr. Kiran, I think taking down notes is our ingrained DNA, isn't it? All our medical school, we do that. So you can take notes and it will be helpful, definitely. Sir.
Why I asked was a few faculty is very particular. Don't bother about taking down notes. Focus only on what we are saying. So I was clarifying.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you.
And Dr. Kiran, you don't need notes. You are the topper of our postgraduate college entrance exam. So I don't think so you need notes. Sir, that is the lighter vein. Prakash Tiwari ji, open to you the platform.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good
Just
evening, everyone.
just 1 minute, Prakash sir. I requesting each and everyone, please mute yourself till the our faculty say now the session will be open for the discussion, so we can properly hear. In between, if they ask some question or you having any question, you can just write down in the chat box. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. Very good evening. So far, I have been working with kids for many years, enabling technology and the new skill set. And now I am working with doctors of kids. I am honored. Thank you very much for this opportunity. So today we are going to learn, and I am associated with AIP for last 4 years. And you may have seen some of the articles and some of the things already. And after long discussion, we are starting. So today we are going to start this workshop. Tilak, can you go to the next slides? Yeah. So let me talk about, first of all, objective of this workshop. And probably I will answer Dr. Kiran ma'am questions. So this workshop is all about like really helping you all to understand like what is this AI about? What is so much noise? What is this AI about? And how to adapt this whole AI in our regular work. So one, personal work, another is in the business aspect. Okay. So based on this objective, we have split this session. We have split this workshop into 3 web sessions. Before every sessions, there will be a pre-test. I hope you like the pre-test, what we have prepared for you. It is very important because based on those pre-test, we fine-tune our, based on all those pre-test responses, we fine-tune our course content accordingly. And all these, the sessions, this session will be of 1.5 hours each sessions. And the sessions will be like, consist of multiple questions, discussions, and your presence is needed, right? Your engagement presence, and accordingly we have planned. So not really you require to take any notes. We'll be happy to help you. I will talk how will be helping and clearing your doubt in next slides. Okay. So after every sessions, right, there will be another test round, like 10 to 12 questions, similar like what you people have done in the pre-test. A similar MCQ will be there, where you just, it's required just to refresh our understanding and how it's really applied, so that you can get the concept clear very much. And, and the structure is like first 2 sessions is more focused on the concept, what is AI, what is generative AI. And the third sessions will be more like how strategy to adapt both individual level, that means our regular day-to-day activity. And also I will discuss some of how to involve in our business aspect, particularly in research and industry type of things. For that, I require your help. That means if you can think after second sessions, which that's what we have taken a gap, you can think like once you have the clear concept, then you can think of some of the use cases, and we will walk you through. Probably I will try to solve this problem and present the use cases before you all. And I mentioned like session, it's more engaged, like whole objective is to make sure that you understand each and every concept. There is lots of noise in and around, particularly if you are on LinkedIn or any professional platform, you will see like last 1 year particularly, everyone is doing AI, and not sure what this about. And there are lots of noise going on. So that's what like, we want to make sure that you understand we are very much aligned with the AI and how to adapt it, what not to do this. And then there will be a question and assignment, which we will always be doing and discussing over WhatsApp community group. And there will be email also if you are not, if you can send your detailed questions, if you want to send personally, the email of this IAP. Tila, can you go to the next slide? Okay. So these are the 3 sessions, right? In the first session, which we are going to conduct today, Okay, making sure you understand, right? Like what is AI versus what is not AI, what is generative AI, how these are getting used. Okay, and particularly how we are going to have some demo in real life also, which you can use in your daily practices today itself. And there will be some questionnaires around that. The whole purpose of this session is making sure you understand this AI and generative AI both very cleanly, very clearly. Okay, there are many things which is not AI, in particularly technology work. People are just writing .ai. Doesn't mean that they are doing and we are doing AI. Okay, and then we are talking about generative AI, which is the more we have a kind of a strategic why generative AI, because it will mostly like it will give you a platform where you can do lots of things by yourself without any programming, which we will talk some of the concept in the next sessions. The last one is more strategic, like when suppose you want to start, where to start, how to start, if you learn, and there like we will be talking about uh, uh, the general strategy, how the industry follows versus how the individual follow, and then couple of use cases we'll be talking. You may have seen like lots of, particularly in technology, what you may have seen or may have heard a news, like in 2020 post-corona, there were lots and lots of hiring, and then lots of firing. Okay. Those were some of the impact I will surely cover in that, and there is a very specific reason around that. And then of course, the real use cases, how we have built, particularly, I will talk about some of the conversational AI and some medical AI also, where I will take your use cases, try to solve this problem. So this is the objective of these 3 sessions. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So it's not limited to these sessions. You can ask, there is a group already, right? WhatsApp, where we all are added. I, along with 3 more of my colleague, Tilak, Shivangi, and Kinjal, who have joined, all have joined this call today. We will be helping you and we'll be clearing your doubt. No question is like right or wrong. It's all about learnings, right? So just ask questions. And if you want to really like some specific questions which you don't want to, which probably you want to discuss it personally, send an email, which is mentioned here, cmic.iap@gmail.com. We will try to address you. So this is the structure of the workshop. Any questions on the structure of the workshop before I hand over to Tilak to start this session? Great. If no questions, you can ping in. No question, it's fine. Also, you can ping in the chat group. I will surely try to answer it. So over to you, Tilak. Thank you very much.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries and warm welcome to our session 1. And I'm expressing my sincere gratitude towards the dignitaries for giving me this wonderful opportunity so that we can share what little we know about AI and generative AI. So let's begin our today's session 1. So today we'll talk about understanding AI and generative AI. We have meticulously crafted this session for the doctors and all the respected invitees for the IAP chapter. So in this session, we are going to cover what is artificial intelligence, and we will also understand what is generative AI. The session outcome is that after attending the session, we are going to help you out with describing AI, generative AI to your family, friends, relatives. You can also determine the AI and generative AI driven applications in your day-to-day routine life. And you can also understand what all are the jargons used in AI and field of machine learning. And certainly, this is going to be much more important to you because many of the doctors, they have the concern that will AI be replacing their jobs or will AI be a replacement to the doctors? So we are also going to uncover that in today's session. Will AI be the taking the jobs of the doctors? I'm sure you're going to learn a lot in this session. At any point in time, if you have any questions, you can, without any hesitation, you can just pin that into the chat. So let's begin today's session. Yeah. More important part is your attention and participation is needed. That is the only prerequisite for today's session. So let's begin.
Tilak, just a minute, I am just muting all. You can unmute yourself then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you can continue. You to unmute.
Tilak, you have to unmute. Tilak, you are on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. So what comes to your mind when someone tells you the word AI or whenever you get to hear the term AI? I'd like to know what is that in your mind as a doctor or as a pediatric that comes to your thought process when we say AI.
You can type answer. You can type answer anything.
Yes, kindly type the answers.
Chat is open for all.
Let me help you. Something like movie, robot movie, Rajnikant, whatever comes, just type it. As I mentioned, will must. Okay.
Very
ChatGPT.
good. Very, very prompt answers are coming. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Someone wrote Terminator movie. Awesome.
Yeah.
Robot and then Mastermind. Awesome. Awesome. ChatGPT again. Okay, so when somebody says AI, artificial intelligence comes into your mind, then knowing everything, a machine that solve our problems. Computerized intelligence, correct? Chitti. Okay. Nice. Cloud 3. Okay. So very apt answer we have got. And there were extreme answers as well. As I saw in the chat, there was one of the answers, it was saying that Terminator. Correct. Many of us have somewhere in our mind, back of the mind, we have this kind of idea that AI will lead to human species extinction one day. But today we will uncover that it's not the case. Some of you have said that it is a helper or an assistant. That is very correct. Instead of taking AI or generative AI as a terminator or the reason for human species extinction, why can't we take it as our helper, our friend, our assistant? That we are going to say by the help of this session, we are going to understand how we can make friends with AI and AI-driven applications. If you know, not only this Terminator thing or the robots or something like that, we are already surrounded by lot many AI-driven applications. I know in this session, there are many respected invitees who are wearing a smartwatch. Also, there are many invited guests who are fond of watching movies and all on Netflix or Disney Plus Hotstar, and they are very much familiar with YouTube. They are all examples of AI. Some of you might also have heard about the Tesla's self-driven car. So autonomous vehicles is one of the things that many of you might be knowing. So like that, we are already been surrounded by a lot many AI-driven applications and AI systems. So nothing to fear about it. We have already started accepting and using the AI, and we have already started leveraging the benefits of AI. So let's uncover many different aspects of AI in this session. Okay. Now I want your help in answering this question. Then what could be artificial intelligence? What is it? You can type in the answer. You can pick A, B, C, or D options. But in the chat, you can share your thoughts, views, and answer. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Almost all the answers are correct. Artificial intelligence is making a machine intelligent. Basically, there is a machine. If the machine is having intelligent capabilities, then we call it as artificial intelligence. Now, as we have certain baseline idea, certain baseline overview of what could be AI, we are now in the position to answer this question. There are calculators and radio, FM radio, that we used to have in our house since many years, many decades. So are we capable enough to discretize whether it's part of AI or not? Whether calculator falls into the category of AI or not? Automation is different. Yes, perfect answer. Automation is different, and calculator and FM radio, they are certainly not the applications of AI. So from these two questions, now we have certain baseline idea about what could be AI and what could not be. We have certain baseline principles that is in our mind, such as automation. So let's uncover what could be the answer to this question. Yes. Almost all of them guessed it right. The answer is no. A calculator and FM radio, they are not part of artificial intelligence. So before we go for the actual definition of AI or machine learning or generative AI, let's go back in time with this baseline idea. We have certainly get a very good baseline idea about artificial intelligence. Let's go back in time to understand how and when it got actually started. So it's not that AI is just now, it's the term just now being used and it has a boom in the market and we are surrounded by the AI. AI, the term, it is very old. In 1950, basically, Sir Alan Turing published a paper citing computing machinery and intelligence, in which he also talked about a Turing test. Turing test is nothing but a test that certifies whether the answer is coming from a machine or a human. If you have heard about the conference held at Dartmouth College, then in that conference, John McCarthy, for the very first time, he tossed the term artificial intelligence. And then in 2011, there was a revolutionary game-changing event happened in the US Jeopardy competition, where IBM Watson, for the first ever time, it defeated the mankind. In that competition, IBM Watson, it won the entire championship. And then AI brought attention to many of the scientific personals and many of the lead researchers. Then in the year 2014, Sir Ian Goodfellow, he was again nominated for his contribution in the field of computer science for his paper on generative adversarial networks, what we call as GAN. He got nominated for his contribution for the Turing Award, which is equivalent to a Nobel Prize, what we can say. And 2018 onwards, there are people and there are universities who have started adapting machine learning and artificial intelligence in their day-to-day course structure, and they're giving the certifications as well as degrees in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is all about the history of AI. So you must have got this question, why AI is booming right now? It is dated back in almost previous century, 1950 and 1956. So you must have that question in your mind that if it is dated back in 1956, then why certainly at this point in time, AI is making a lot more difference in our life? The answer to that is, first thing, we are today on daily basis, we are creating very large amount of data explosion. And if some of you might be knowing that in the core of artificial intelligence, it is nothing but data. It is consuming data, a lot more data. The more the data is, the accurate the artificial intelligence becomes. Now, the second reason is increase in the computational capabilities. A few years ago, you must have seen a very big size CPUs in your house. But today, we are carrying laptops and iPads everywhere. So the size of the devices are getting increased, they are getting compact, and our computational capabilities are getting increased day by day. And the third major reason is storage liberty. Now we have cloud storage. In fact, if some of you know, many of the phones in the recent launches, they are supporting in fact 256 GB of data storage. So in smaller size, we have many data storage capabilities. Due to this many reasons, the AI has now flourished and it is now in every field, we can say. With this idea, let's define artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, it refers to simulation of human intelligence processes by machines or computer systems. Many of you in the question, you have answered it very much correctly. Many of you, I have seen that you are iPhone users because in your username, I can see the iPhones mentioned. So you must be aware about Siri. If you are using Google, then Echo Dot, OK Google, Google voice assistants, they are some of the examples of artificial intelligence. Again, as we are all coming from the background of science, it is our duty to also present to you the formal definition of artificial intelligence. It is a very important branch for now in the field of computer science, which is concerned with building smart and intelligent machines, which are capable of performing tasks that are typically requiring human intelligence. We will talk about it in more detail in the later slides. As of now, we can park it. In the question 1, I found one answer that calculator and FM radio cannot be part of artificial intelligence because they are lacking automation. So it was very correctly identified characteristic of artificial intelligence. It says that if it is automated, then that is a primary characteristic of AI. Basically, when we have just started the Zoom meeting, you all must have got the pop-up of summarize the meeting conversation, right? We all got notified because there was an AI running behind this Zoom meeting, which is now analyzing what all conversation is going on in this meeting, and it is summarizing that right now. So it is completely automated. It is not having any kind of human intervention. The second primary characteristic is adaptability. Let's say you must have heard about the term of smart homes. It is another part or another wing of AI in which, as per the ambience, as per the weather, as per the moods, it is adjusting and adaptive enough to do the changes inside your house, right from the lightning situation to the power usage. It is managing everything because it is adaptive. So these two primary characteristics are the main distinguishing factor between AI-driven application and non-AI driven application. So now I believe we are more clear about why a calculator or an FM radio cannot fall into the category of AI. Till now, we have now got a very formal and detailed overview about the definition of artificial intelligence. Before we go for the fields of AI, I would like to know your opinion or if there are any feedback or any query in understanding artificial intelligence. You can certainly drop your questions into the chat. Good to go. All right then. Now, let's deep dive further and let's see the day-to-day jargons which are being used in the field of AI. Do you know that there are cars which are autonomous, self-driving vehicles, and they are no more a fairy tale. They are real. So behind that, the field which is currently active and contributing for creating autonomous vehicles or giving the liberty to a car to drive that itself is called computer vision. Basically, we are giving eyes or vision to a machine so that it identifies the obstacles in the road and then safely drives the passengers to their destination. That is one field. The second field is natural language processing. I'm sure in your lifespan, you must have at least once tried to do text to speech, or you must have tried OK Google. So saying OK Google, it starts listening to your inputs. And when you give a certain input, it will act and it will try to help you out. So when you are doing that text to speech kind of analysis, that natural language processing comes into picture. Then comes cognitive computing. The way we as a human think, we want a machine to think in similar ways. That is called cognitive computing. We give our human kind of capabilities to a machine so that it can perform in similar way that we as humans do. There is another field of AI which is also widely popular. It is called deep learning. We will talk about it in the later slides when we would be discussing the generative AI part. So these are the fields of AI and these are the jargons that we see in day-to-day life. Let's say Google text to speech, then auto completion, then self-driving cars, recommendations, search engine. So all those kind of applications, they use either natural language processing or deep learning or machine learning or computer vision. So these are the terms which we encounter on our interactions with AI-driven applications. Okay, so what is neural network? Good question. In session 2, when we will open up all the maths and all the calculation behind a machine learning algorithm or an AI system, we will talk in further detail about the neural networks. Currently, what you can perceive a neural network in a very layman term is that neural network is a black box. You train that in certain ways so that it gives you a proper output whenever you need. Let's say it's a program kind of thing which is automated and adaptive. You train that in such a way that when you, after the training, the program answers your queries in the desirable way. It could be a simple application of predicting stock market or predicting the t-shirt size of a person. So whatever the application varies from person to person and it is very subjective thing, but you can treat neural networks as a very basic black box program kind of thing, which learns whatever input you give. It gets adapted to that, your inputs. I hope I could cover. We will certainly cover this technicality of neural networks in our upcoming session. So Dr. Shah, I believe I could, till certain extent, I could answer your question. Yeah, thank you. So moving ahead, there are common myths that we are going to break in this session about AI. The first myth is that AI is unreliable. Why? Because the AI models or the tools are not that accurate, which is true in certain way. But as the data is growing, as the models are getting trained, over the period of time, they are getting more and more accurate. So there is no denial about their unreliability today in certain aspects. But it is very much certain that going forward, 2 years, 3 years down the line, they are going to reach to a place where they are going to be very much accurate. To give you an example, in 1997, those who are fond of playing chess, you must have got that news that in 1997, an artificial intelligence program called Deep Blue, it defeated a chess champion of that time, Garry Kasparov. So that was a major defeat for the mankind by a machine. And that happened in 1997. So we can certainly say that in upcoming years, AI will get more stronger and more reliable. So that is first myth. Second myth is AI leads to job displacement, or it is snatching away the jobs. In certain industries, in certain fields, definitely it is eliminating the repetitive jobs. So let's say there is a job which is doing repetitive kind of thing in a Excel sheet or in some kind of Microsoft document. So AI is very good content creator, a very good content writer, and a very good narrator. So certainly those kind of jobs, they are getting impacted, but not all kinds of jobs are going to be displaced by AI. So that is another myth we are breaking off. The third myth is AI lacks transparency. As I said, model operates as a black box. As I said, the core or the heart of artificial intelligence is a neural network. If you don't know anything about neural network, it's absolutely fine, completely okay, because in session 2, we are going to cover that part, the technical highlights of a neural network. But as of now, you can take it as a black box. Basically, you interact with a system, let's say Google search engine, and you type something and the Google replies or Google responds. Nothing is in our hands that this URL is going to be at first place or it should be at third place. We have no control over it. So that's why it is AI is lacking transparency. Google search engine is using AI for search engine optimization, but we have no control over the output. So that's why AI is lacking transparency. But after understanding the maths and the calculations behind artificial intelligence, we are going to absolutely break this myth that model operates as a black box. It is nothing like a simple black box thing that we are going to break. And the third myth, I think that is of your interest for sure. Will AI be replacing the doctors? For this question, first of all, I would like to have your opinions and answers in the chat. What do you think, whether it's going to replace all the doctors or not? You can simply type yes or no. Partially, never, no, no, yes, no, yes, partial, no, partially. Okay. So there are very, no, okay. Okay. Many of the doctors, they are certain that AI is not going to replace. So yes, you have already broken down that myth. AI is never going to replace any of the doctors. As of now, no. Yes. So let me give you a handful of reasons and facts why AI cannot directly replace a doctor. The first thing is the complexity of the medical condition of the patient. From the inputs, you can't be as much as accurate as a patient that goes to a doctor for the treatment. You can't feed that kind of accurate information to a machine. So that is one thing. The second thing is patient and doctor relationship. We know that there is, for every patient and every doctor, there is a personal touch, we can say. So that relationship is also making a lot more sense, and that kind of consultation and consolation that is given to a patient from doctor is again very important, that I'm sure AI can never give to any kind of patients. The third thing is regulatory hurdles. I'm sure that the government will not pass any of the approval to treat any kind of doctors or any kind of medical surgeries to AI in the uh, couple of next years. We are not foreseeing that. And the final thing is, someone has written a very good thing that AI will not replace a doctor, but it will replace the doctors who are not using it. So that is partially true. And that's why you have all have been part of this workshop. Certainly, it will help you. Ethical issues, yes, correct. Ethical issues and legal considerations are again very concrete reasons why AI can never replace a doctor. So I'm sure we have a very good understanding about why AI will never going to replace you. But as a good learner, if you extend your hand and be a friend of AI, you can certainly leverage your capabilities as a doctor. Now, focusing on that part, let's move to the next section, which is applications of AI. Let's understand how AI. So, so, so the baseline before we start this section is AI is not going to snatch away our jobs or our daily the role that we play to earn our bread and butter. But we can certainly leverage the AI capabilities to make our day-to-day life jobs very much easier and comfortable. So we are going to talk about it in the next section. In the chat, yes, radiology, dermato affected. So we will see some kind of applications in healthcare as well of AI. So brace yourself. We are about to start a new journey, applications of AI in our day-to-day life, how it is comforting our life. So to begin with, autonomous cars, self-driving vehicles are no more a myth in today's life. There are lot many countries where we are seeing that autonomous vehicles are on the road, they are operational. In fact, the countries have given the additional permission to buy that kind of vehicles and subsidize them. The second thing is automated traffic control department. They are also leveraging AI to control the traffic without any kind of human intervention. Robotics. Yes, robotics is leveraging AI like anything. So we are based out of Ahmedabad. And just 2 days ago in the newspaper, I read that in Ahmedabad, just because the summer is now hitting so hard, in Ahmedabad, one of the Gola Wala is sending the ice dishes through a robot. So they are also kind of leveraging robots in their day-to-day life. It is getting so much normalized that people and robots, they are kind of making life easier with the help of AI. finance and stock markets, we all know that there are applications like Growth and XYZ. They basically help you out with predicting the finance and stock market. They will help you out to predict the trends in the upcoming months and upcoming weeks so that you can invest in that way. And their predictions are also again becoming accurate after they are getting more and more data on daily basis. And last thing, we all know about Siri, Alexa, and Cortana. If you are a Windows user, you must have experienced interactions with Cortana. Let's say, tell me a scientific joke, or open task manager, or close this program. They are all part of AI. With AI, it is reducing a lot more human work and it is reducing your manual workload. To give recent and amazing applications of AI, whatever comes to your mind, currently there are applications on the Play Store that if there is a dress that comes to your mind, you just scribble that on the screen. Once you scribble that kind of dress, a list of dresses which are having a very good similarity to your drawing, they are recommended to you to buy. So let's say, even if you are a good thinker or you want to see something, you have seen something in past and you want to get some dress similar to kind of that, you just scribble that on your phone and all the dresses which are matching that similarity, they'll be displayed as a recommended dresses on your phone. You can buy, you can pick any one of them. And I'm sure you all are aware of virtual assistants and chatbots, especially in the banking applications on the web page. You would encounter one, a virtual assistant. There are Apple headsets which are leveraging augmented reality and virtual reality. So there are a lot many gadgets in the market which are giving you the thrills of augmented reality and virtual reality. They are also leveraging AI and social media. How can we forget the Instagram reels? So whatever reel and whatever music you like in the reel, you get similar kind of reels in the recommendation in the next feed. That is called reintermittent learning mechanism. Whatever reel that you pick or you watch the most, you get similar kind of reels in your feed for next few minutes. Another thing is YouTube video. So if you are listening to a cool and calm or composed music, you will get in the recommendation similar kind of musics. So if you are watching a gaming video, you will be recommended with other games videos on the right panel. If you are watching an unboxing of a mobile, you will be prompted to watch some other mobiles unboxing videos on the right panel. That is all part of a recommendation system, which is in turn part of AI or artificial intelligence. All those kind of recommendation and everything, what we are seeing right now in YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, they are all part of AI. With this 2 slides, I am leaving you with a thought that without this AI and without this recommendation on Instagram or on Amazon, what do you think our life would have been? Or do you think they are not part of our life? AI has already, I believe, has taken over a lot many things in our day-to-day life. So till now, these are the applications that we have covered of AI. If you want to add any other application that you know, kindly add that into the chat. So we all would get to know that yes, it is also AI-driven application. Okay, so one answer is Canva. Correct. Canva is having a lot many recommendation. Grammarly is a wonderful natural language processing application which corrects your grammar. Medical chatbot, correct. GPS routing. ChatGPT again. Okay, Samsung S24. Yes, first AI smartphone. Spotify, very correct. Bing. So correct. I think we are having a very good understanding of AI and AI driven applications. Very correct. Copilot. Awesome. Amazing example. Yes, Google Bard, which is now renamed to Google Gemini. Yes, Gemini. Space, Microsoft Designer. Amazing. I think you must have tried a lot many applications which are driven by AI and you have already started using them. Dolly, yes. So Apple Vision Pro, correct. InVideo app for videos, right? So I'm glad that you all know lot many AI driven applications and you have rightly mentioned them on this chat. So that's great. So now it's time for a quick question. If we are already using this many applications of AI, why do we need AI now? You can share your answers. Oh, okay. Amazing. Correct. So with this, correct. Even more applications are there which are not listed over here. So you all are very correct. I think we are reaching to our first milestone, understanding AI and AI driven applications. It's all of the above and much more than that. AI is much beyond this and it is expanding its horizons on much more aspects. And soon it will again reach to a newer milestone. So with this, I believe AI, applications of AI and understanding of AI is clear to everyone who are present. If you have any doubts, you can certainly share. You can ask any question before we jump into our next section. Yes, AI is improving quality. Thank you. Okay. So as we are not having any of the questions in the how to differentiate between AI and non-AI content. Okay, so that's the question. So the question is very much legit. AI and non-AI driven application. How do we discriminate or how do we distinguish between the two? Let's say I give you a calculator and whatever information you feed, you do all the kind of calculations, which is not involving any kind of rewiring or intelligent stuff into it. It is certainly not going to be part of AI. But on the other hand, if you tell the program to create a PPT or a presentation or a Excel document that involves lot many things. If it is not being done by AI, it will certainly ask for a good amount of human intelligence. So all those kind of tasks which involve human intelligence are automated and adaptive, then it becomes AI. I think Prakash sir would be able to
Yeah.
add.
I will cover this after next session. His question is Vishal, Dr. Vishal, I think your question is more about the content, the text creations, how to differentiate if it is generated by AI or not AI. Correct me. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll cover, let's have the genetic, I will cover these questions in next sessions once we have, and we'll have, there are ways which is going on. This is creating a challenge because most of the time people are also writing papers, AI driven paper presenting it. And now we have lots of application which able to catch it also. So we will cover this in the next content. Thank you very much. Next sessions, once we have the generative AI sessions, we will cover this. Good question.
Yeah, certainly, Dr. Vishal, it was a good question, and we will cover that in our upcoming session. So with that, let's jump into the core or the heart of this entire workshop, generative AI. So after understanding AI, we have built up a very good understanding about AI and several AI-driven applications, as well as we have the idea of what all tools that we use in our day-to-day life, how they are helping us, and they are part of AI system. Generative AI is slightly different from AI. So let's first formally define what could be generative AI. It is a class of algorithms and models to generate new original data which matches the patterns of the given data set. With the example, this will be much more clear to you. Let's say in ChatGPT prompt, if I ask something like write an essay on Indian economy. Basically, ChatGPT as a tool, what it will do, it will try to write or prepare a small write-up in a kind of essay on Indian economy. Not only that, if you want to write a poem in the manner of Shakespeare, you can write it as act as Shakespeare and create a poem on this theme. Basically, if an algorithm is generating an output which resembles to the pattern or the data set that we want to give it as an input, then those kind of models or those kind of AI systems, they basically fall into the category of generative AI. I had seen that one of the respected invitees had written an app called Gamma or the Canva, something like that. So whatever prompt you give to that, it will create either a slideshow, presentation, or a Word document. So whatever output that resembles the patterns of a given data set, that tool is falling into the category of generative AI. With this definition, you must have got the vision in your mind that how it is different from AI or ordinary simple artificial intelligence, how generative AI is different. So unlike traditional AI techniques that focuses on just predictions or stock market prediction or whether there will be a rain tomorrow or not. So it's not just a prediction, a Boolean, yes or no kind of thing, or certain predictions in plus and minus, like the stock market will go by this points up or by this points low. Generative AI basically focuses on creating text, images, videos, and lot many things that we will cover in upcoming slides. So that is generative AI. Generative AI, as the name suggests, it is generating human-like output that we as a human we generate. And the primary areas as of now of generative AI, they are entertainment, healthcare, art, music. There are many. There are certain AI, generative AI models available. So you just feed in the text and it will create music. There are in fact models available. You just feed in the text and it will create a video. There are models available. You feed in the patient's information and it will try to diagnose what disease that the patient is having. So as per the requirement, there are many models available. If you know, you can leverage those models for your day-to-day life, and as per your requirement, you can get the benefit out of it. Before we go and jump into the generative AI applications, I would like to share a fun fact with you. With generative AI, we can also generate a revenue, a handsome money, or a very good amount of pay. How? Do you see this painting? You can share your thoughts in the chat. Is it like, do you have any first thoughts about after what, like seeing this image? You have any? Okay, Picasso, awesome. Face, Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa was a lady. Picasso art. Okay. Yes, Mona Lisa. It is similar to that genre of art. Canvas painting, Picasso creation, correct. AI generated art. Close. Oh. So certainly, you are very correct. It is an AI-driven art. In 2018, for the first time in the history of computer science field, ensued trace innocent expression, correct. So this is the layers. The picture, if you analyze and see with focus, it is not a one layer picture. It is a picture of lot many layers and lot many strokes on the canvas, just like Picasso did. And this is a very famous painting which was created in 2018 by the Paris-based arts collective. It is the portrait of Edmond de Bellamy, and it was sold for $432,500, which is equivalent to 3.6 crore INR. So this is the first of its kind, first ever image created by an AI, and it created a huge collection, which was almost 3.6 crores in INR. And out of sudden surprise, it is nothing but an AI generated image. So this is falling into the category of generative AI. AI is capable, once you train the model, once you train the AI system to do painting, and you give several images from Picasso or a very good person who is good at art, then the machine will start adapting his art form. And what we are seeing over here is one such example of that. It is a layer of 10 to 11 pieces of uh, images. When they are clubbed together, this entire images takes shape, and this image at auction, it was sold at a very great price in Paris. So this was a fun fact that with AI, there are people who are making lot many money, and yeah, AI is certainly impacting our life. So generative AI models, you must have tried typing a question to Google search box. Just type in yes or no for the scenario that I'm going to give to you. Has it ever happened to you that whatever you are thinking, something in your mind, you type just first few things in that search box, and Google automatically gets it, and then it auto completes that? Has that ever happened to you? Yes. Many of the times, whatever we search, Google somehow it grabs the context, and whatever we are trying to search, Google catches that out of our mind and then it completes that. So that auto completion feature of Google, whatever we type, whatever is going in our mind, it gets the context of what we are thinking. And because of that, it is trying to get you the best search results. And that's why Google is pretty much popular, because it is using the artificial intelligence techniques and generative AI to give us the best solution, best search results on every search that we make on Google. Let's understand how Google is doing that, and let's define generative model. So generative AI is heavily dependent on generative models. Generative models is nothing but a system or a program which basically is trained to generate a content for the end user. The content, if it is image, then it is a generative model for getting images created. If it creates music, then it is a generative model for a music. If it is creating text, then it is a generative model for text creation, or what we call it as a language model. So now with that, let's define what could be a generative model. It analyzes the patterns and create new and original content based out of the patterns that it has analyzed. All the patterns that we see in a model are also being analyzed. At the same time, it is creating data which is similar to that pattern. If we rewind this slide and go back to the previous slide, it had analyzed. So here, the model had analyzed how the strokes were going by the famous painter Picasso on the canvas. It analyzed those kind of patterns and the genre of art form that Picasso was using. After analyzing all those kind of patterns and brush strokes, the AI came up with this kind of painting, which is very, very good. And it has achieved a new milestone. Just like that, if we keep painting aside and we bring in text, then the model is called specifically a language model, because now the model knows how to respond in text. Many of the times in our phone, we have auto completion feature. Whatever spelling we type, we get the remaining part as a suggestion or recommendation. So that is nothing but a language model. If you get the auto completion of words, bits and pieces, it's a language model. Then what could be a large language model? I'm sure you all know ChatGPT. You all know Gemini. So ChatGPT and Gemini, they are excellent examples of large language model. So you give short text or you give short context to that model and it generates lot more content, lot more data for you. Then it falls into the category of large language model. A large language model has a very, very big context of words or bag of words. Any guesses that how many words ChatGPT can memorize, or how many words question it can answer? Any guesses? You can give your guesses in chat. How many words a ChatGPT gets from 3.5, which is pretty version? Okay, 2000, very close. Any other guesses? Thousand, yes. Billion, okay. Infinite, okay. No restriction. 4,000, closer. Infinite, okay. 5,000, much more closer. You can type in, don't hesitate. 6,000, okay, 6,000, 10,000, very, very close. Okay, so before you Google that, let me give you an answer to that. Currently, the free version of ChatGPT that we are having as an freeware, that is having a batch size of 8,000 characters. The premium version is again going to 32,000 tokens or the 32,000 bag of words. Earlier, the 2000 answer is also correct, because in the earlier version, when ChatGPT was growing, when ChatGPT was evolving in last year or last December, it was having the batch size of 2000 only. So the point here, what I'm trying to make is, as and when the computational capabilities are increasing day by day, uh, 1 TB of hard drive is what we are able to carry in our pocket today. The information that it can store is like next to one library. One library's data information can be compressed within a 1 terabytes of uh, WD storage drives that we have, or the SSD. That much amount of computational capabilities have increased over the period of time. And similarly, the models understanding capabilities have also increased. So ChatGPT currently is also evolving. Same thing is applicable for other similar search engines like or LLMs such as uh, Google, Gemini, or Bard. It was earlier known as. So kind of that thing, we have to keep that in mind, that whatever capacity that we are having right now from the model, it is certainly going to increase when we go ahead in time, but it is not going to get degraded. So that is for sure. And I'm sure that we are now in a position to understand what could be, because many of you already know Chat GPT and you must have worked with that. So that is an example of large language model. You can get anything done with that. And it is having a very good context of your questions. The recent model of GPT, which is GPT 4.5, basically it is having the capacity to memorize an entire book, a 300 pages book. So it has a context length of that, what you carry in a 300 pages of a book. So it is that much capable, and day by day that capacity is getting increased, and it will increase with time passing by. Now, know your understanding about large language model. I think this was again a part of your quiz as well. So now, are you able to answer this? What could be a large language model, and what is it that it is referring to? You can type in the answer in the chat. Okay, till now one answer. Okay, by mistake, the answer is there on the board. A type of language model trained on extensive data set. Basically, it itself is a language model which is having a humongous text processing capabilities with itself, and hence it is called a large language model or an LLM. Till now, you have any question, any doubt that we should emphasize or we should talk more, then kindly put that in the chat. Yes, correct. Option C is the right answer. Any question or any thought you want to add, or any application of other than ChatGPT and Gemini that you know that falls into a large language model, then also you can highlight that. Okay. Uh, so there is a very good question. Can an LLM also generate images? So not really, because large language model, as it refers to a language model. Basically, language model, they deal with text or words, I would say. So the translation engines, text to speech, natural language processing, all those kind of application, they use the large language model. For image processing, there are different models, different generators, and they are outside the scope of LLMs. Do these models have milestones like children? Of course, they do have. So how good or how bad a model is performing, there are benchmarks and they are very much scientific, and they fall into the category of scientific matriculation, scientific measurements. And on the basis of those kind of metrics or measures, we determine that whether a model is good or bad. Other question, Chat Dolly, perfect example, image generation. And if you know, there is another application called Mid Journey. You type in something and it will generate an image for you. ChatGPT say no to generate images and PPT, correct? Okay. So I think Dr. Ajay Kumar and Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari, I think I have answered your question, I believe. Okay. So if there are no more questions, let's Dr. Chupendu Dev cite some medical applications of LLM. Of course, sir, we are going to cover that as part of our demo. Since these are based on data, won't they produce monotony? Very, very good thought, very well point raised by Dr. Anil Kumar. Does AI work like brain? Similar to our ideology, our thinking that the program adapts. So yeah, it eventually it functions similar to a human brain. We will see that in our demo. Can non-verbal individuals express themselves through AI? Yes. Google Lens and there are other MIT researchers. They are working day and night to make it possible to interact for individuals who are non-verbal. They can also interact with AI with other modes of communication. Can AI create a new idea? AI can create lot many things, not even an idea. It can generate music, it can generate images, it can generate videos, and lot many things AI can do. Autism patients uses it. Yeah, yes, there are applications for it. So AI is helping lot many patients. How AI can help visually impaired? Yes, visually impaired. There are applications. One such application is recently discovered by an MIT student. Uh, Essentially, it is a similar thing to a chip. I'm not sure whether you have heard about Neuralink or something like that, which goes into your mind, and that is enabling the visually impaired person as well to interact and talk with the people in the surrounding. They can interact and they are having the capabilities with the help of this new technology. free chat. Most of the time we are using free chat GPT. Yes, can I augment reality? Correct. What is the patients may have been benefited by AR/VR gadgets and devices? Artificial voice fear mute. Correct. They type in and then there is a
Tilak, we have to complete
voice
this
assistant.
as
Yeah,
so. Let's go to couple
correct.
of reflection example. We will take this question on chat group. Please write this chat group. We'll answer all the questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So
So let's
let's
move forward with the yes. Let's move forward with the applications of AI in healthcare and medicine. Essentially, the generative AI and generative applications of AI are currently creating a lot more difference in the field of AI, in the field of healthcare and medicine. As I said earlier, there are models available and there are also paid versions of tools available in the market, which are basically analyzing the data sets of medical images. They are identifying the patient conditions and identifying the patterns to uncover whether there are any symptoms of any disease in the patient. There are minor details, there are minute patches in the reports that also they are capable enough. The AI algorithms are so much smart and accurate that even with our human bare eyes, what we cannot see, what we cannot uncover, the AI algorithms are efficient enough to uncover all those minor details from the report, and they are helping the doctors to reveal the potential disease. As said earlier, the potential applications are residing in dermatology, radiology, ophthalmology. They are there. Clinical decision support system. There are cases for the doctors. You are the right judge in this application that many of the times you want certain checks, basically whether your decision is correct or not. You need certain other parameters, certain other report answers, so that AI can help you to get a gist of those report answers. And once the AI tool analyzes the report, it can give you some sense of credibility that okay, whether your decision is perfect or not, so that it makes sure that your decision is much more accurate. There are again potential applications in the field of personalized medicine, medications, and clinical trial. We all know that there are scans like MRI scan, PET scan, X-rays. So those kind of scans, they are good, and there is no denial about it. But there are models and generative algorithms available which enhances those kind of reports, those kind of scans. Once they are amplified and segmented, then with the help of generated image as shown in the slide, the doctors can analyze that report in much broader way and in much better way, because AI is highlighting the areas which are part of concern and that doctor can focus to. So because of that, it is not even saving the time, it is also giving a doctor another capability to focus on certain areas of the report. Another advantage to that is in few edge cases or missing scenarios, sometimes with the bare eyes, the doctor himself or herself is again a human being. So there could be misses, there could be chances of missing out the minor or minute details out of the report. This AI, generative AI, has an application in called image segmentation. It will help you uncover those minute details out of the report or out of the scan, and it will bring your attention to that part. Similarly, personalized medications, as I have said earlier, after analyzing the patient's summary and the history from the reports, within seconds, AI can generate the personalized medication, because we know that certain patients are having side effect of certain dosage and certain medicines. So you as doctor, you recommend some alternative to that so that there are no side effects and no reactions. So after analyzing the patient's history, there are tools and generative AI models available which recommend the particular medication on personalized basis to a patient. The applications are not limited to this. There are ample applications in the field of healthcare, like automation of administrative tasks, then drug discovery and development. We know that drug discovery is a very long process in which there are many trials are happening, lot many combinations are tried, lot many chain reactions are developed, and then a drug is finally discovered. So all those kind of simulations that generative AI can easily do. So people in the field of research, medical research, healthcare research, they are leveraging AI in that way. Risk prediction of pandemic preparedness. The chart I have highlighted over here is this chart. If you see closely, it is the chart developed by IIT Kharagpur. So IIT Kharagpur students and faculty members, they came up with this chart in the time of COVID. In 2020, they predicted how long the COVID is going to stay in India and what could be the patient's rate. So with the help of generative AI, we can also predict and we can also generate the graph, and we can also generate the data, how long a pandemic will last, or we can also predict the pandemic situations. This will help us get better prepared before the pandemic hits. And there are immense research going on this kind of field. And again, coming to the last point, medical research and analysis. So that is going to stay there forever. AI can never be separated out from medical research and analysis. So that is going to be there in finding out new ways and new horizons in medical discoveries. AI is going to contribute. So this was all about healthcare and medicine applications. We have certain tools with us that we would like to present to you that you can use. They are freely available, and you can use them to in your day-to-day life to generate and get the things done. So with that, let's go with the demo. Prakash sir, if you want to add, meanwhile, I'll stop the presentation. I'm switching the screen.
So quickly, we can say demo to one of the application, Tilak, because we have the time limitations, and we will cover more over the chat, over in group and questions.
Perfect.
Let's show 5-minute demo and then we can.
All right. Prakash sir, can you just confirm? I think my chat.
Yeah.
All right then. So we are going to explore ChatGPT. First of all, many of you are using already, but I would like to open up a new vertical by which you can leverage ChatGPT. So as a doctor, if you want to explain what is hypertension to the patients in a very layman term, so you can just simply write the equation, create a simple explanation of hypertension for the patient, and you just need to hit enter. It is very much interesting to see how rapidly ChatGPT is creating an answer in a very layman term for your patient, which is having all the details of hypertension. At the end, it is keeping a note that always consult a healthcare professional. So ChatGPT again is boiling down to that burning question that it is not going to take away any of the doctor's job. It is again itself recommending that at the end you consult a doctor. If you want to see a summary of latest research, so let's say you are a doctor, you are a pediatrician, and you also want to know what is going around you in the field of research, and you want a summary and key findings on the latest research on immunotherapy for melanoma or something like that. So it will grab you to the latest research which is happening right now, all the researchers, leading researchers in the world, what they are working right now, in which field. It will summarize everything for you. To save the time, I have prepared lot many questions for you that you can try, you can do on your own, that I'll drop in the chat, that you can try on your own. But the thing here is, to save time, I am just taking a quick tour to few of the questions. We will publish them in the group. You can try on your own. And similar thing is for Gemini, you can do anything. Many a times you come up with creating a referral or a draft for a cardiologist or an ophthalmologist. So those kind of medical letters or referral letters can also be generated with the help of AI within no time. So with that, it's time to conclude this session. I think Prakash sir, if we are right in time, then
Yeah, we will cover couple of this demo and the more specific medical expert demo in the next sessions. So, Tila, can we talk what we are going to do in next sessions and how the next sessions will be organized and do that? So today there is a
yes.
timing challenge, and that's what we probably are not able to cover some of the demos. But next sessions will cover this demo, really revised, and there will be concept also. Tila, can you show the slides? What concept we are going to cover?
Sure, sir.
Okay. There are lots of questions. I've already taken notes in the chat. We will message will in the group, CMIC group. So
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So in the next session, we are going to cover
your screen is
much.
not shared. Your screen is not shared.
You have to stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, I hope my slides are on the board.
Yes.
So
You can see.
in the next session, we are planning to give you an overview of machine learning and deep learning. Of course, in much more detail, we are going to cover the scientific aspects and statistical analysis as well, along with answering your queries that you have dropped in today in the chat. How generative AI actually functions. Basically, you must be curious to know more about how internally the generative AI is capable enough to do this many operations on the fly. We are going to cover that, and there are types of generative AI models and techniques like image generation, video generation, music generation, and so more that we are going to cover in the next session. I hope we could take up your questions and your queries in this session. We have tried to answer them as many as possible, but just because of timing constraints, we are not able to take all of your queries, but we'll certainly get back to you on your queries. And Prakash sir, Samir sir, any last notes?
Okay, so write the just a request like how this session was. You can comment, so you can type the feedback in that group itself. If you require any kind of changes, do suggest that. We'll be happy to adapt those changes. And after these sessions, there will be a exercise given to you, which based on the concept, whatever we have discussed so far. And then there will be another exercise pre-test for the next sessions. So all will be around 10 to 11 questions. So please do that, that will give us some kind of idea where we are, how we are doing, and what we need to do. So, Samir sir, that's all from today's sessions. Over to you.
Right, sir. So very thanks to our two eminent speaker, Mr. Tilak and Mr. Prakash sir, regarding what is they are giving today just an overview. What is the generative AI and how it will be differ from the routine AI and how we can utilize that AI. In next session, we will expect is more practical way of the utilization of this generative AI and how it will be helpful in the medical field that we can directly focus on. So people really want to know about that in detail. Regarding all the other queries, definitely we will take over the detailed discussion. We can continue in our WhatsApp group. So you can definitely answer all the details what at present you getting the questions in the chat box. We can still having a few minutes time. If you want to take few questions from that chat box, you can take that thing and then we can conclude this session. Yes, Prakash sir, over to you.
Yeah, so that's all. So we are going to publish that questions in group, right, sir? Samir
Right,
sir?
sir. Yes, yes. So you
Okay.
can just give the question and you can answer that question one by one. That can be the possible. So people can able to understand that related that thing and in related to that more query comes, we can continue discussion in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Okay, and our chat is open. We are 4 people who will be responding you in all these AI. So don't hesitate to ask any questions, any doubt, any clarifications, or any feedback you want to give us, or any topics, any examples you want to cover. Just write on the chat. We will cover that. Thank you very much. Thanks for your attentions.
So, Chairman Sir, Dr. Samisha, I'll conclude.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Gaurav Gupta will be giving the vote of thanks for this grand launch session academic program today on artificial intelligence. I thank our coordinator, Dr. Prakash Tiwari sir, the faculty, and Tilak Nanavati sir, who has presented very clearly the concept of artificial intelligence, the definition, the language, and the confusion, and what is not AI, and also what are the apps, how he has led it in the end to generate your own answers and create the content in the apps available freely on the website. And hopefully we will proceed in the next session and the third session with more knowledge accumulation and more hands-on practice in the assignments. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we can definitely conclude this session today. Right?
Dr. Gaurav is there?
No, I
Thank
think
you.
he just left that. So we
Okay.
can continue.
Thank you very much. We will now conclude the session today. All of us can leave and then join again. Thank you very much. Good night.
So next session will be directly on the 10th, the next Wednesday, and we will meet again on the same time, 8:30. All are requested to join in time, so we can start dot time on the 8:30 p.m. So we can have enough time of discussion of the 2 hours during that on that day. Thank you. On that day, we will having a directly start this session after the recapping of the this session, followed by the continuation of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.